Welcome to this Angular Chips component tutorial. The Syncfusion Angular Chips component is perfect for displaying blocks of text and executing small actions. In this video, I will show you how to add this Syncfusion Angular Chips component to an Angular app. I will also demonstrate adding images, icons, avatar content, and events to the component. Finally, you will see how to customize chips using predefined classes. Let me start with the application creation process. I'm going to create an Angular application using the Angular CLI tool. Make sure you have installed the latest version of Node.js. First, open Visual Studio Code and install the Angular CLI using the npm install-g at angular/CLI command. As I have already installed it, I am skipping this step here. Next, I will create a new Angular project. I use the ng new project name command and name my project example. I am creating a project with the option to add a CSS style sheet, so I choose the CSS option. The project creation has started, and it is creating an Angular project along with its dependencies. Now let me navigate to the project folder. To add the Syncfusion Angular Chips component, I install the Syncfusion Angular Buttons package using the npm install at syncfusion/ej2 Angular Buttons --save command. This will install the package with its dependencies. The application is now ready to use. The first thing I must do here is register the trial license key to use Syncfusion components. I open the main.ts file and import the register license method from the Syncfusion ej2 base package. Using this method, I register the trial license key. To learn how to generate this license key, refer to the link in the description below. The application is now configured to use Syncfusion Angular components. First, I navigate to the app component TS file and import the chip list module from the Syncfusion ej2 Angular Buttons package. I register it within the imports array of the component section. Next, to reference the CSS styles for the chips component, I navigate to the styles.css file and import the material theme. In the app component HTML file, I remove its default content. I add a division element, and within it, I add the EJS chip list element. Then I add the eChip stack designed to accept an array of chip definitions within it. To display 4 items, I add 4 eChip tags. Within the eChip tags, I set the text property accordingly. I save and run the application using the ng-serve command. Looking now, the chips are rendered with the provided text. Next, I'll demonstrate how to alter the chip selection type. To allow the selection of multiple chips concurrently, I set the selection property to multiple. Look, I can select multiple chips. Next, I want to show the images before the text in the chip. To do that, I set the letting icon URL property with appropriate URLs for the first 2 chips. You can see the chips displayed with images. Customizing chips involves utilizing predefined classes like primary, success, info, warning, and danger. To create a primary button from these styles, I set the CSS class property to be primary for the third chip. Now the chip component is displayed with the primary style. To display the chip component with an avatar, I add the avatar text property with the appropriate character. Here, I add avatar text for the fourth chip. Looking at the chip, you can see it renders with the avatar content. Next, to apply a border with a transparent background, I change the CSS class property value to outline. The chip rendered with a border and transparent background. Now I will show you how to make a chip in action chip using an event. First, I add the click event with the chip click event handler. I add a division element to display a text when the event occurs. Next, in the app component TS file, I import the click event args from the EJ2 Angular buttons package. I define a string variable named chip text. Then, I define the method chip click with the click event args argument. Within this event handler, I set the text to the chip text property. As I want to show single selection, I remove the selection property here. Now you can see when I click the chip, the defined text is shown. If I want to add a delete icon to all the items, then I simply set the enable delete property to true. Look now, the delete option is enabled for all the items, and when I click the delete icon, the corresponding chip is deleted. In this video, I showed you how to add the chips component to an Angular application. You also saw how to add images, customize chips using predefined classes, and add icons and avatar content. I also showed you how to add events to the component. If you want to see the working example, you can download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also provided a link to see if you qualify for a free license key to use our Angular products through our community license. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.